Hello there guys, it's Dash from eBike Repairs. Today I've got this is a little mini cordless grinder thing I brought from AliExpress. I think in the end it cost me £18 after taxes, not a lot of money at all. And it came with one battery and one charger. It's, you know, perfectly functional. It cuts stuff and it's just a bit more smaller manoeuvrable than my big DeWalt grinder. Now I'm a big fan of DeWalt tools. In fact, most name-branded power tools, I think they're all pretty good. I've got DeWalt heat guns, impact, big impact, drill, grinder, jigsaw, sander, all the bits you can think of, bar, you know, some really specialty tools. Specialty tools. And then for other things, I like to use, I don't think DeWalt do a couple tools, or if they do, they're insanely overpriced. So, for example, this is my cordless soldering iron. Love it, brilliant. And I've got a cordless hot glue gun. Go with Ryobi, and I just use my DeWalt to Ryobi adapters, which are now widely available on the market. And it works fine. It does everything I want it to do, and that's great for small jobs or jobs that are, you know, if it's on a bike, I can't put the bike up here by the main soldering station. I can just pick this up, take this over to the bike, job done, easy peasy. And what I've found is sometimes the knockoff tools are great, but the batteries they come with are atrocious. So I've got this, this is the battery it came with. It's just about fully charged. I've just demonstrated what I'm about to demonstrate to you twice to a buddy of mine who came around the other day, and just showing him how useless the battery that comes with it is. Let me find something I can grind, like a bit of metal. What have we got? Bit of metal. This thing. There we go. So the battery indicator here will show fully charged, but the minute you start grinding something, there you go. You see the battery indicator went down, 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 down. The tool is still on, and it cuts out under load, and then that's turning off, and it will turn on again and work, but the cells in here are quite clearly garbage, as Ave would say, garbage. So to get into this thing, I had a little poke around, and I found there are some little clips in here. There's one, not that one, there's one just here, there, and there's also one. These are both the clips. These are two more clips. So there are three clips. One there, and then you can pull these out, and these are the other two clips to release this section from that section. That's how you get into it. So if I do that with that, with that, and grow another pair of hands. There you go. Those two are loose, and then that one loose. There we go. That's that off. There we go. So there's our bottom of our case. This is our cell pack. 3 cells in there. That just pulls out of there like that. And you've got this tiny little BMS. So we've got our B+, our B-, B2, B1, and then our DC. It thinks it's a DC barrel jack charge port. This thing here, and it kind of is, I suppose, but it's also kind of not at the same time. So the hole in the case it lines up with is there. It's not. It takes a barrel jack plug, but it's, you know, it's a bit iffy. What I found, I was perusing AliExpress, as I do because I have a bit of a problem, and I came across this. And it was, so let's put these old bits to the side for now. The bottom of the case, the top of the case, the BMS, the nickel, the cell holders, there's the rest of the nickel, and the foam and the sticker for going on to the battery pack, and it cost less than £2 delivered to my door. So from China to England, less than £2. Can't really go wrong for that, can you? I picked up 3 of these. These are Eve 25p's. I was going to buy some really expensive cells. I thought, you know what, for the amount this gets used, which is not that much, I won't bother. I don't know if it came with any instructions. There might be some on the listing. But, of course, I've got the old battery pack. I'll just copy that, won't I? Problem solved. Easy peasy. I'll just replicate that. What I'll do, if I check my AliExpress and my orders, lots and lots and lots of nonsense on here. But somewhere down this list of goodies, there will be, there we go, look, lithium battery PCB board circuit shelf or whatever, box PCB. Okay, £1.79 plus 36p tax. And if you order £8 worth of stuff, which I often do, so you just add it onto an existing order, you get free shipping with it. Did it come with instructions? I'm not sure. It's the listing. No, it just came with sizes and pictures. I don't think it came with any instructions. No, not as far as I can tell. There aren't any on the listing. It just sort of tells you about things. No. Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. So I'm sure there are instructions somewhere, but you know, I thought I'll just do it myself. It's gonna make life easier. So I'm gonna need 3 cell insulating rings. So I've got just here. Stick those on. One. Oh, turn on my Don't Create Well to get it to charge up. I've got 2. I still try and give this thing a chance. I don't know if I should or not, but I still try it. I like to believe it's great and it's going to work, but we'll get to that if it does or if it doesn't. I've got new spot welders now, so should be okay. So let's peel this off the bottom of the old pack because I'll just be reusing that on the new one. And I checked, and they are identical cases, like that, like that, like that. They're all, you know, incredibly cheap plastic, but you know they're identical. So the way that the old one is, you've got the long holders and the short holders, and the bigger holders are at that end, and the short holders, the long holders, sorry, are at the bottom. So I'm just going to copy this exactly how it was. So on this one, I can see a positive, I can see a positive, and I can see a negative. Oh, hold on. I can see a negative. Okay, that way it makes a bit more sense now, doesn't it? I wonder if they don't like going in there with those insulating rings on. Well, they're on there now, and we're going to see if I can make it work. It's very tight. Why don't you fit in there? Ah, there's a bit of plastic sticking out in there where the mould doesn't quite come out cleanly. Just there, stopping my cell going all the way down. I'll get in there with my Stanley blade and just a little sprue just there. Just cut that off so the cell can actually go all the way down, and then that's the same bit I just cut off. There you go, that should fit a bit better now. So we had 1 negative, and we had 2 positives at the bottom, because I'm going to be making my backup that way. And then on the top, so like that, this bad boy went like that. And that's our positive. Goes like that. There we go. Oh, I think I've got the same problem on this side. Yeah, there's a little sprue just there where the moulding wasn't very clean. It's just stopping my cell going into place. Thankfully it's made of the cheapest plastic known to man, and you can just nip that off. Right, how did I have that again? It was like that? Nope. Like that. It's going to go like that as well. So we've got our positive poking up there. We've got our negative there, we've got our negative there. You can see that all the cutouts are in the same place. Excellent. So we've copied that part, and then turning that back up that way. Got one tab here, if I can pick it up. Come on. Come on, little tab. There we go. That will go across there like that. See, these cells don't seem to fit all the way into these holders. Doesn't quite seem to want to go down nearly as far as these ones did. Odd. Very odd. Well, it's not quite identical, the nickel they've provided. So where they put their tab, our tab is in a very slightly different place there. Unless I'm missing one. One piece of nickel and one piece of nickel. And on that one, what we've got nickel-wise. I see the nickel. I might have to desolder this and just take a look at it to make sure I'm doing this all the right way. But as far as I can tell, I only came with 4 bits, so it should be fun to get started on this side. Right. I've got this one here. Our tab's going to end up in a very slightly different place, but such is the way of things. I can't fix that. That's round that way, and that's round that way. It's going to go that way, and they're going to join together. Just like that. I may end up having to add another tab that goes to the middle here because this is possibly won't fit in the case like that, but we'll get to that if we need to. It doesn't feel like the thickest nickel in the world, but you know, it's fine. The dough crate's not going to warm up in time, so where's my little handheld one gone? I know I had it. There it is. Taken all the casing off this because, well, I'd broken it. I set that to 11 milliseconds. That should do the job nicely. For small jobs like this thing's fantastic, this little spot welder. Didn't take. There you go. That's that one done. And then we've got one tab that goes, come on, I can't pick you up. It's my magnet. I'll pick it up, magnet. Then we've got one tab that comes off this way and goes down the side like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not the closest fitting bit of kit I've ever seen in my life. How am I going to do that? Maybe that way around. Go. That can fold around like that. That can fold around like that. I'm going to see if I can work with this, but I don't know for sure. Turn that up that way so it's all the same. And I might just desolder these tabs quickly and see what we've got going on underneath it. There's one. There's two. Okay. There we are. Right, now I can copy that, so that's got to be around that way. These two cells are going to join together. That one's going to be by itself. Yep, that makes sense. One clearly goes like that. There you go. I'm just replicating exactly what I'm seeing on the existing battery. Oh, hello, missed. There we go. Then that one's spot welded. And then I've got this one to deal with now. That would seem this spot weld it right up against the side there. It's gone underneath this tab, and if I make it flat, you can sort of see the angle that they've got. That's sort of touching there, isn't it? It's not quite central. It's kind of like that, I think. I hope. Find out, because I spot welded it now, haven't I? Give it a third. Can't hurt. Theoretically, that's all I've got to do. Get my nice new bit of foam. Oh, look, it's even got the barley paper on it. That's nice. Just cut a little tiny notch out of that for this to go in. Then probably again a notch out of that bit, just so that everything can sit a bit easier. Looks to be something very much like that. Okay, wires come pre-soldered on here. They're very, very thin little wires. And BMS went that way, I believe. Makes sense, yep, because B minus will be there. This does not feel like that's at the right angle, but I guess we'll see what we can do. Yeah, no, like it does fit. If you're pretty careful with it, that does go. Our little tab's just poking up through there, and the same on that side. I think it needs a bit of force just pushed down onto the foam to get that to do its thing, but that should work there, which is nice. I'll just pull that tab over and that tab over a tiny bit to hold it in place. Let's get our solder. Yeah, that's one. That's two. Then it would make sense that these just go to where you think they should go. This one says power plus, which is the positive terminal there, so I guess that just goes to that. It doesn't go bang. No, good. Let's tin these little tabs. One of those and one of those. Hello, you didn't do a lot, did you? There's one of them. There's one of those, and essentially that's you know, as much done as one of these gets. They're very, very basic. I'm going to steal this piece of barley paper for the bottom of my new pack because I want to. There's nothing that makes this unusable. Ooh, foam might help. Insulating foam. So I'll still be able to use this as a second battery, but it's crap. Part of me doesn't really want to. Just get this. Oh, hello. I'll see if I can get it back on there. Hopefully I can. Yep, there's one. most of the way down, and then the battery negative. There you go, that's back through there. Soldered on. And there's that one, also soldered on. So, I've lost my barley paper from the bottom. I can cut out a bit, but it's fine. That's going to go back up into there, like. I mean, I say like that. It's not the right way around, is it? That's got to go that way, I believe. Yeah, so the charge port lines up with the charge port hole. I'm sure I've mushed stuff so it's not quite in the same place. Oh, that's dangerous. That's asking for a short, isn't it? Look. Uh-oh. There really isn't a lot of room in this case. I'm not going to put that back together because this is going to short out on that. It's just a matter of time. Let's see if this one I've done actually fits or not then. So charge port hole to charge port hole. Doesn't really feel like that's going in right, does it? Oh no, it does. There you go, look, they all line up, 1, 2, 3, and then the charge port would line up if that was pressed right the way in, but I'm going to have to go for a real squeeze on that to make that go. So this one, have to go on there. It's not going to like that, I don't think. It's almost like what I've built is a bit too wide. But they're just 18650 cells, so it should. Okay, let's see if I can give this a big squeeze. That sounded like 2 clips. That one didn't quite go. Oh, there's 1, 2. That one's not quite in. There you go. 3. 1 clip, 2 clip, 3 clips. See if it charges, shall we? You won't be able to see this, but there's a little light on the charger there, and it goes red or green. If it goes green, I'm not lying. Sorry, it goes green when you plug it in. If it goes red, it actually charges. I'm not lying. There you go. It's gone red. That is charging. Yeah, fits in there, no problem. I don't know what I expected for under £2, but the fitment is quite poor. I'll be honest, it's not the best thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I mean, it's functional. To be honest, the original battery wasn't in great nick. Oh, just out of interest, this original battery thinks 18650, 1500 milliamp hours, so 1.5 amp hour, 5.5 watt hours. So crap, small, not very good. And I've popped in some Eve INR 18650 295p's. So they're a very cheap rival to a Samsung 25R. They're not going to be as good as a Samsung 25R. They're not going to have quite as many life cycles, but they're not, they're not awful. Bottom of the barrel things. That goes in there. That works. Now, was it the BMS cutting it off the whole time? I think Big Clive did a video on this same grinder recently. So let's see. I can still make it cut off. I don't know if that's voltage sag, but I should probably test this when the battery's back up to full capacity. When it's had a chance to charge. They'll be at storage voltage at the moment, probably 3.2 volts or so. I mean, it cuts for longer than the other one, so it's at the very least a bit of an improvement. But I can still make it cut out. So we'll see. I'll get this fully charged, and oh, it's a bit stiffer. I'll get this fully charged, and we'll see what kind of results it can produce. That's on charge now. Plug back in, and I'll return with results. Okay, so battery's fully charged. I just took it off the charger last night and pop that in there. Let's see, does it run out immediately? So are we a cell problem, or the tiny, tiny little wires and nickel problem, or are we a voltage drop problem? Well, it made the cut without cutting out, so I'm going to say cell problem. The tiny little positive wire in here probably does not help with the voltage drop, but not too shabby, to be honest. That's pretty good. It works. Yep, it does grinding. So there we go. If that helped somebody out, or if you thought it was interesting, if you want to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. I do stuff like this all the time. It's vaguely interesting, if it's your kind of thing. Or you could become a channel member, where you pay 99 cents a month. That helps support the channel. You see a couple of exclusive videos. I get a shockingly small quantity of that, but it doesn't inspire me to keep making videos for you guys. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.